Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Got something a little unusual for you today. Now, I do want to apologize for the reflections coming off of this thing. It is the most gloss black flashlight, yes, flashlight, that I currently own. What you're looking at here is the Pelican VB3 2220 LED clip flashlight. Let's take a closer look at it. And it is exactly what it says. It's a mostly plastic. Now this looks and feels like ABS plastic, and it might be. There is another color version of this flashlight. Best way to describe it would be if you're familiar with Ryobi power tools, the current ones being made, their main color is a highlighter greenish yellow or yellowish green. Anyway, the primary color of Ryobi power tools being made today, you can get this in that version, and it looks as though it might be glow in the dark, but I'm not sure about that. But apparently that version is made from a plastic that is very chemical resistant. Like if some sort of hazardous chemical falls on that flashlight, it's not going to melt it. I wasn't able to find any information regarding the black version that you see here. This definitely looks and feels like ABS plastic. It looks somewhat cheaply constructed. And yeah. This is not, however, a cheap as hell light. You're not going to be able to get this for like $5, so forget about that. But yeah, the black one does look and feel like cheap ABS plastic with cheap fasteners and features. Now, this might look as though, since it has a clip, and I mentioned it's a clip light, you might be thinking, oh, that's a book light. You place that on the top of a book, and then there's some sort of switch, maybe back here, that you push or pull, and it turns on these two little LEDs here, and you got it clipped to the top of the book, and they shine down, and you get to read your book. Well, that's what I thought of this light at first, and that's why I didn't buy it. Many years ago, yes, this is a very old design. It's exclusive to Pelican. And honestly, I don't think any other company wants it, quite frankly. Yeah, this is a light that was created during a time when what you needed this light for, there weren't a lot of options. No. Basically, this is the sort of flashlight that you would clip to the brim of a baseball cap or trucker's cap, and you would tilt this portion here, and it does tilt 180 degrees to illuminate something very much up close that you're doing. Or you clip this to the top of a shirt pocket, such as maybe a uniform shirt pocket, and then again, you rotate this top portion 90 degrees to provide light for something directly in front of you. And this thing only puts out 9 lumens. It is an LED, so that's good. And yet, this is a very old design. Nowadays, we have a lot of lights that allow you to clip them to the brim of a cap or clip them to the top of a shirt pocket. and they provide plenty of light up close. And if you need a more general use flashlight to illuminate something a little bit far away, they usually have a higher lumen setting, not this one. Very old school, very old design. It's pretty much a forgotten classic, if I'm honest. Now, you might be wondering, okay, fair enough. Where's the switch? Is it this thing? Nope, that's solid. Is it this thing? No, that's a hinge. Where is it? Well, this thing does have, I don't even know if you could technically call it a switch. Here's how it works. When this top portion is in the fully down position, the lights are off. And you got two little tabs on either side that you can pinch, and you raise them up. And as soon as you raise them up a tiny bit, and yes, there are stops along the way, raise them up a little bit, and the two LEDs switch on. And right now, this looks like an alien from outer space wearing a black helmet or a large bug with very bright eyes. But yeah, the LEDs will stay on no matter which position you rotate them to. And you can rotate it 180 degrees. And as you can see, the light stays on. And if you're a little bit further away, you thankfully do not get that twin eyes of death look. Sorry. The only thing I can compare this to is a double-barrel side-by-side shotgun. But yeah, a foot or two away, and that twin beam thing pretty much goes away. And there's a little bit of a hint of angry blue in the output, but that's to be expected with older, smaller LED models. Yeah, a little bit of hint of angry blue. Now, again, there is no switch per se. Yeah, that's just a cutout down there. That's not a switch, nothing. In order to turn this thing off, you must, see this little tab? You must bend it back down all the way and then snap it shut like that. And that's it. You get 9 lumens, 1 mode, constant on. That's it. That's how it works. Open it up, it switches on. Rotate it to where you need it. It stays on, and even in this position, it's still on until you click it down. And back in the day, you would see a lot of state troopers with something like this clipped to their shirt pocket. And yeah, very simple to just open this up, slight downward angle, 9 lumens, write that ticket, close it up, check ID, no problem. And to this day, this still works. Now, it runs off of 2 wide button cell batteries. So that's another issue. This thing is not rechargeable. No. There's no USB-C to plug into here anywhere. Not rechargeable. It takes 2 coin cell primary batteries. And once those batteries are used up, you take a little Phillips screwdriver. Yes, I'm not kidding. you take a little Phillips screwdriver, such as for eyeglasses. And by the way, no, the light does not come with that tool. Take out the screws here and here and here, and this opens up in half. I think you can see that here. Yeah. This opens up in half. And then, oh, you can definitely see the two halves of the body there. You can definitely see it there. That line, this opens up in half, and then you replace the batteries, close it back up, put the screws back in, and you're good for a while until those batteries die on you. So this is not rechargeable. Keep in mind, this is a flashlight from back in the day. Not several decades ago, but yeah, about one or two. So keep that in mind. This definitely at least one. I'm not sure about two, but yeah, this thing works off of button cell or wide coin cell batteries. Yeah. As usual, guys, specs in the description box below. Be sure to check that out for all the finer details regarding this flashlight. But yeah, two wide, flat button cell batteries, primaries, non-rechargeable. I know that's going to be a deal breaker for some of you. Again, keep in mind that this is not a modern LED flashlight, as in came out 5 or less years ago. No, definitely not. For what it is, it's a specialized design. It's a good design for what it is. If you need something to provide light up close, maybe in an industrial setting, you're checking an outlet box or something like that. Maybe you're checking a box with a bunch of switches. And yes, I've forgotten the technical term for that. Sorry, guys. But yeah, in an industrial setting where you need light up close so you can check switches, wires, and work on them, that sort of thing, yeah, this is excellent for that. And keep in mind, this was created back in the day when you didn't have a bunch of options. Oh, you mean a flashlight that you could actually clip to the brim of a cap and it provides light in front of you? Yeah. This was back in the day. You didn't have a ton of options for that. Or a flashlight that you could clip to a shirt pocket and have a 90-degree angle or maybe a 45 to provide light directly in front, right where you needed to for inspections? No, there weren't a ton of options back then. There wasn't even remotely a ton of options back then. So let's get into other issues besides not being rechargeable. When I bought this, the very first time I opened it up, it took a little bit of effort, but the head opened up not too badly at all. Took a tiny bit of effort, but I figured, okay, you open and close something enough times, you rotate it, it'll loosen up a bit. Such is life. So I wasn't too worried when the very first time it took a bit of effort to open it up. Now, the first time I tried it out, I put it away for a few days, just for a few days. When I came back to it, oh my goodness, I would have sworn that some joker had taken crazy glue, put it here, and then closed it up, and then waited for me to come back. This head would not budge. It would not open. I nearly ripped the flesh off of the pads of my forefinger and thumb, pressing down on this, trying to lift this open. Like, what the hell was going on? It was completely stuck. It didn't budge. Not even a micron. Not even that much. I kid you not, I literally had to grab the current titanium pry bar that I'm EDCing. And some of you know I do have a collection of pry bars, especially EDC-sized pry bars that easily clip or fit into a pocket. I had to take my current EDC custom-made titanium pry bar, not joking, and wedge it in and pop that sucker open. Yep. Had to take this, wedge it in there, and just pop that head open. I couldn't believe I had to do that. That is ridiculous. Now keep in mind, that was not when I got this and I opened it up the first time. That was when I left it alone for a few days and opened it up the second time. I haven't left it alone since then. I mean, obviously I have to open the light. I have to test it out for review purposes. I left it alone for a few days. I have not left it alone since then. And it was just ridiculous. So right now, yeah, it works really well. It has loosened up. Hopefully it will stay loosened up. Hopefully. But yeah, that was an issue. And as for the off switch, that little tab I pointed to earlier, yeah, that's plastic too. So if that breaks, since it fits into that little hole there to close the switch, if that little tab breaks off, congratulations, you will never be able to shut off your VB3 ever again. That's the switch. Yeah, that little tab. And the hole it fits into, where it closes the circuit. I mean, yeah, definitely a unique design in the flashlight world. And if you have a collection of flashlights, if you want to buy something unusual to add to your collection, this is a fantastic candidate. Other issues. The build quality is not the greatest. I mean, you know, it's a unique design. The execution is good. I think it could be a lot better because the build quality, yeah, definitely not the greatest. I mean, okay, it's Pelican. As far as traditional flashlight companies, the first things people think of are Maglite, Surefire, Streamlight. Pelican, yeah, this is trailing all the others. And quite frankly, the brand has only had one huge victory. And that was back when the LAPD adopted the Pelican 7060 model as their official flashlight for their police officers. And part of that didn't have to do with the quality of the light. It had to do with politics. But yeah, other than that one victory, Pelican usually trails all the other brands. Now, some of their models are well-made, surprisingly well-made, and underrated. This, not one of them. But because it's made from very lightweight material, this weighs an ounce, 1 ounce. Yeah, so you can easily clip this to the top of a shirt pocket. You can easily clip this to the top of a baseball cap or trucker's hat, and it's not going to weigh you down. It's not going to weigh down your clothing. So that's definitely an advantage of this flashlight. But ultimately, this is a very specialized light. And nowadays, there's more competition than there was back in the day when this first came out. Although for what it does, if this would be good for your needs, it does get a conditional recommendation. Just keep in mind the limitations I've pointed out in this review. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please stay safe out there. It's still dangerous. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.